Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. I'm Officer 5000, Mataza Pa. We'll be holding down tonight's brother.
All his commandments.
Right, you have to do all. Anybody has any questions, go ahead and type them in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's already in here. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and type them in. And if anybody in here has any questions, y'all know how we get down. Raise your hand. And so tonight, okay, we're going to talk. Okay, of course, we're talking about brotherhood, right? So part of brotherhood is and sisterhood is not forgetting the things that happen to us as a people, not forgetting the things that happened to our forefathers. It's so quick for us to forget. For some reason, we're like a forgetful people. Like Black people, we forgive and we forget very quick, or forget and forgive very quick. But you have other people out there that will not forget anything that ever happens to them. And the smallest things that happen to them, they'll use that to get whatever they need in life, right? And the things that happen to us, we should never forget, because these things is how we know who we are. Give me Deuteronomy. I'm going to show you. Give me Deuteronomy real quick. Of course, I got a topic, something else that I'm going into. If you see the title, Leather from Human Skin in the 1880s, Philadelphia. For all y'all Philly brothers and sisters, I got one for you tonight. Deuteronomy 27 and 15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 15. Cursed be that man that maketh any graven or molten image.
Salakia, my bad. That might not be what I want. It might be 28 and 15. Let me
28
see.
and 15.
Hold on, y'all know you know what I want. The one that say you follow the Jones, you'll be blessed. And then if you don't, you'll be cursed.
28 and 15.
28 and 15. Okay, go on.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Okay, but I need the other one. Hold on, let me get that.
Concert.
That's where it's at, one? I thought one of them was in, hold on. So it's not that one. Yeah, it is one. Salaki. 28 and 1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Like if we listen to the Lord, it's starting off by saying, if we listen to the Lord, and not only listen to the Lord, what's the key word in there?
Hearken diligently.
Diligent, right? We got to be diligent with it. Not just listen. You know, Christians listen all day long, but they're not diligent with what they hear. All right, so read on.
To observe and to do all his commandments.
To observe and to do what?
All his commandments.
You have to do what?
Do all his commandments.
Nah, you just got to tithe.
Do all his commandments.
Right, you have to do all the commandments, right? Read on.
Which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
The Lord would do what?
Set thee on high.
It says, if you listen to the Lord and hearken diligently, the Lord has set you on high. Read on.
Above all nations.
Above all nations. Read on.
Of the earth.
Right. Now, the Israelites. Are the Israelites above all nations today?
Lie.
You don't see the Israelites ruling. And how we know who the Israelites are, we can go to the walls of Egypt. We don't even have to go down that road. But you don't see the Israelites ruling today. However, when you keep reading, you'll see the different blessings that would happen if you would hearken to the Lord, right? It's a shame that you can't find us through the blessings. However, you can find us. It's just, if you keep reading on
Right.
to the curses section. Now, give me, what was that, 15?
Kind out of one kind.
Go ahead over to 15, then we'll go from there. What's going on, sis? How you doing? All right.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
I think I found another one of them psychology things in there too. Yeah, it should be in like that top drawer. You got it.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe.
So if you don't listen, read on.
To do all his commandments.
Do some of them.
All his commandments.
Right, so if you do not obey the Lord and don't do what the Lord said to do, read on.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
all the what?
Curses.
All the curses shall what?
Shall come upon thee, and overtake thee.
And overtake thee. Now, not only are they going to come upon you and overtake you, drop down to 45.
Count out of one kind. Verse 45. Moreover,
I'm gonna just make this point real quick. Go ahead.
All these curses shall come upon thee.
Right, and all these curses that's listed right here in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Read on.
And pursue thee.
They're going to do what?
And shall pursue thee.
They're going to pursue thee, right? Go ahead.
And overtake thee.
So when it says they're going to pursue you, a lot of times we think that we can run.
Right.
We think we can run from our hell. You're going through hell in this city, you think you're going to run to the next city over, or you think you're going to run to the next town over, or even to the next state, or to the other side of the country, or even out of the country. Well, okay, go ahead. The curses will pursue you and do what? What it say?
And overtake thee.
So it's nothing that you can do, right? They're going to pursue you and it's going to overtake you. You're going to suffer from the curses. Go ahead.
Till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Because we chose not to listen to the Lord. Read on.
To keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee.
46.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
This is the point that I'm getting at. The curses will be upon you for a sign. So everybody has characteristics that you can see. Like we can look at Amalek and say that for sure is Amalek.
Right.
They will smite the women and children, and they won't even bring the fight to the men of war. They bring the fight to the kids, old people, probably, slicing up the dog back there, you know what I mean? Killing the animals or something. That's his MO. We can see that today.
Right.
Every time I turn on the news and I see, this being bombed, this place and this happening, and I'm just leaving it. You already know what I'm talking about. I know who Amalek is. He has the same characteristics. What that book say? If it's brown, it got a flat tail, it got oversized teeth, and it's biting down wood, and it's aquatic. It's a beaver. We know what we're looking at. Well, also, you can tell who, even though we don't have an identity, right? Or we do have an identity, but even though we're struggling with an identity crisis, you can tell who we are because these curses fit our whole life. They fit our life. Our very transatlantic slave trade is right here. And people will try to tell us that that's not it. That this ain't the transatlantic slave trade. Like, okay, it said it was going to take you into Egypt with ships, right? How did we come out of Egypt?
Walked out of Egypt.
So why wouldn't the Lord just walk us right back on up in there? if I'm going to send you back in Egypt, why wouldn't I just send you the way you came? I got to put you on a ship, send you somewhere and all that. Just that it's simple. It's very simple-minded. You're going on a ship because this is a future prophecy, and this is talking about something else. And when we examine history, we see that, wait a minute, something that happened to us in history aligns right with that. How can you, you can't negate that fact. All right. That's all. Where was I actually going to? I was actually going to somewhere else. Give me Baruch 3. Give me Baruch 3. So we was talking about not forgetting, right? Not forgetting the things that happened to our forefathers. Of course, if you don't have the true understanding of the Bible, you will, right? You will forget everything that happened. You'll assimilate with America. You'll become, a good old American. And if you become a good old American, you're going to become a bad son to the Lord, because they're what they say, opposites, right? A good American is going to maybe indulge in homosexuality, or at least support it at best. Right. Do drugs, or support it at best. You know what I mean? Everything else that is unlawful in America, or unlawful for us to do when it comes to the Bible, would be okay for us to do in America. So that's why I say being a good American is going to make you a bad son. You got Baruch? Oh, you got one of them goodbye. You ain't even pull out another book. I got to pull out a whole nother book, man. What would I say Baruch for?
Baruch 3, sir. Hey,
I'm reading this book, right? And because I wanted to know where this whole Adam is a male and female, he's androgynous and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm reading this book. It's by A.E. Waite. He wrote he's somebody that I quoted on the 33rd when it comes to Freemasonry. He wrote another book on black magic. I got that too, but I don't really care about all that kind of stuff. And as I'm reading this book, right? As I'm reading this book and I'm seeing where all of this stuff is coming from, I'm glad we have the Bible. I'm glad we have this book. And you know what else I'm glad for? I'm glad for the time that Christ said that he's glad that this information wasn't given to the wise and the prudent. Is that how you said it? That's how he was glad that it wasn't given to the wise and the prudent, but that it was given to men like you and me. You know what I mean? And when they say like wise and prudent, like people who think they smart for their own goddamn good. I'm reading this book talking about the Kabbalah, right? And so they take little excerpts from the Bible, and then they interweave this whole like doctrine from like 5 words. This is crazy. It's crazy. But that's where the origin of Kabbalism and the Talmud is the origin of, and this, I mean, he's telling you exactly where it's coming from, and he's breaking down that 10 tree, the Sephirots, supposed to be the 10 emanations of God and all that goofy stuff. Yeah, that's what he's breaking down. That's what I'm reading. And they believe that it's actually light in those books, right? They don't worship Yahweh. Of course, they believe that Lucifer is good, right? Because Lucifer is the what? Light bearer, right? They believe that Lucifer would illuminate you. That somehow Yahweh was the bad guy because he was trying to keep information from us with the tree of good and evil, knowledge of good and evil. But that the serpent was somehow good because the serpent was willing to give you the knowledge. Yeah, I was like, Lord have mercy. This is the perfect example of calling evil good and good evil. Because what we're doing is like literally my class can get shut down because of certain things that I say, because of what I'm teaching. Because I'm considered a hate group for telling people to be brothers to one another. I'm a hate group for telling black people to stop doing their drugs, stop doing this, stop doing that, right? But then the people that say bad is good, they rule the earth. Where we at? Deuteronomy? I want Baruch. Start at 4 and 1.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1.
Yeah.
This is the book.
This is the what?
The book.
This is the book. You got both of them in there. I got to hold up both. But this is the book. This right here. No other book besides it. Ain't no, I don't need to name them. There's no other religious text that need to go with this book because this is the book. Right? Go ahead.
Of commandments of God.
Right. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, right? You cannot find them in no book that was supposedly given to Moses. Right. Like some secret doctrine that was given to Moses. And then all of a sudden he passed it down to whoever the hell he passed it down to. And then it got to Esau and Esau put it in the book. And it's this secret doctrine, this mystery doctrine, mystery laws that govern the earth, that somehow the Most High only wanted some people to have it and not us. Right. That what sense does that make? Right. This is the book. No other book. Read on.
And the law that endureth forever.
And the what?
Law that endureth forever.
Hey, call all your Christian friends and tell them to tune in. The law that do what? Endureth
forever. All they that keep it shall come to life.
Right. And we're okay. You understand why we're not doing good in America? Why we're not doing good in all these places? Why are we not doing good?
We're not keeping the laws.
It's very simple. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out, man. It says, all they that keep it shall come to life. What Baruch is saying right here is no different than what Moses was saying in the first 5 books. He said, today I give you the commandments or the law, today, blessings and the cursings, life and death, right? Read on.
But such as leave it shall die.
And if you leave it, of course, we already know what happens. Go ahead.
Verse 2.
I mean, we've seen that firsthand.
Turn thee, O Jacob.
Hold on real quick. We got firsthand examples of what happens when you leave. All right, read on.
Turn thee, O Jacob.
Turn who?
Thee, O Jacob.
Who's Jacob? Who's it referring to? Is it referring to the man from 3,000-4,000 years ago?
Israel.
Okay, go ahead.
And take hold of it.
Mm-hmm.
Walk in the presence of the light thereof.
Now, when it says walk in the presence of the light thereof, what does it say? What light?
The truth.
Right. Where is the light?
In the commandments and the word.
Right. It's in right here in this book. Is it in? I didn't even bring the book in here. I didn't even bring my book for an example. I got my Quran back there, but is it in any other book? Is the light in any other book? Can you be illuminated from any other book? No. All right, read on.
That thou mayest be illuminated.
Mm-hmm. So you keep this, you read this, you're illuminated. Illuminated just means you have the light. You understand certain things. Right, you may understand certain things that other people don't. Y'all brothers is illuminated. Is the Christian church that's two stories up or 3 stories up? Are they illuminated? No. We smelt they had an Easter egg hunt. Yeah, and guess what? You have your kids out there if you want to. You turn that corner and that pastor, he got his Easter eggs out too. He got his Easter eggs out. He wants your kids to find his eggs. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, he trying to put his eggs in your kid's basket. Try that on for size. Think I'm playing. Look him up. Hey, think I'm playing? Look him up. All right. Keep going.
Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Give not thine honor to another.
Do what?
Give not thine honor to another.
That's the problem with black people. Like us, it's an honor. Look, when I found out I was an Israelite, I was like, God damn, I still wake up sometimes a day and be like, ooh, wait, we Israelites. Why would I want to give that honor to somebody else?
Right.
That honor and that glory. come on, y'all too. You can be just as spiritual as like. What's wrong with black people, man? What are we doing, Quahal? The scriptures is telling us specifically not to give your honor to another. You give your honor to another, then what are you going to have? Nothing. Right. Go ahead.
Nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
Oh wait. There go a headpiece right there. You think what it say? It's give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable. What does that mean? The things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. We see it done all the time. Hold on, let me get the system.
I feel like I have two answers. Would it be the law or the inheritance?
Definitely. That's what we look. Captain Tazariak was just talking to the brother. How's that brother name?
Tommy.
No, not Tommy. The Halevi dude or that dude. He's willing to give everything profitable that can make us rich. Everything that's that you know how the Lord says, he see our pain, but thou art rich. Like everything that makes us profitable, he's willing to give it to another nation, a strange nation. You see what I'm saying? He's willing to give up everything. So he literally is saying, if I could, he's literally saying that they are going to follow a higher level of their religion, and we supposed to just get some no high laws. What the hell is no high? And every time he said it, I'm just like, stop talking like that. No high laws, Negro, right? But you're willing to, and you're telling a black man, you're telling your brother that this garbage is good for him. That's crazy. That's what we see every day. Christians willing to give everything profitable, right? Because we're like, anytime you run into one of us, you understand who you are, you understand what it is and what it's hitting for, and they still be willing to give that all up. They'll debate us to, I was watching, who was the dude? It was one of them dudes Captain Tazariak was debating. And they be willing to give up everything profitable just so like that strange nation can infiltrate and start to impose their ideologies and doctrines and crazy shit stuff. That dude inside of that debate, he was like, yeah, because they was in the temple and the Shekinah glory fell on the room, and that's crazy. You know how that Shekinah garbage nonsense is able to infiltrate into this is because we didn't gave them everything. We didn't gave them everything, and this is what they're giving us back. They're giving us garbage back, right, to digest. Read on.
Verse 4. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us.
Are made known unto who?
Unto us.
That's a y'all. I know y'all studious brothers, man. Y'all know what a possessive pronoun is, right? That's right. Yeah. Us. It belongs to us. Us is not them. Read on.
Verse 5. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. Mm-hmm. Ye were sold to the nations.
Ye were what?
Ye were sold to the nations.
This is a characteristic of Israel. Nobody was sold to the nations. Nobody can recollect their history and say they were sold to these people, they were sold to these people. These people is confederate against them. These people too. However, we can go in our history and talk about the transatlantic slave trade, the Holocaust. Black people was in there too. Right. Yeah. We was in Germany too. Hitler understood who we were. You understand? You know how I know Hitler knew who we were? They got it in the Time Life magazine book where Hitler was showing the Third Reich a video of who the Negroes were. It's right there in the book. I didn't write that. Time Life put that out. You know, whoever the publishing company at the time, they put that out. Read on.
Khan Khan.
Oh, Salaki. It says you were sold to the nation. So so it mentions Israel. Then it says you were sold to the nation. Yeah, we was over there too. Don't forget. A lot of people like to forget the sub-Saharan slave trade.
Right.
You know, because a lot of our brothers, we seen where a lot of our brothers and sisters is at. If they ain't in that church, when Ramadan came, we seen where the rest of our brothers and sisters was. That they all had them dresses on, or the whatever that was, whatever, however you call it. You know what I mean? They all had them on for the whole month of Ramadan. Right? Yeah. Well, you're willing to put that on because you think that only Americans put you in slavery. You think only Esau put you in slavery. They forget that the Arabs was just as worse, if not worse. They used to cut your jaws off and make you a eunuch, man. You hear me? Hey, they'll cut your jaws off. They'll cut your jaws off, and you'll be watching the harem. And now he know that you don't want none of the women. You can't do nothing with them, even if you did want to. Can't do nothing with them anyway. That's how horrible that religion is. When it talks about because the only way you can know how to pray and do certain things, right? You have to go into the hadiths. You have to learn certain things by following what Muhammad did. Right. And it talks about him having slaves. Negro slaves, black slaves. Come on, what are we? But the problem is, I'm gonna tell you what the problem is, man. We have a hard time reading. Nigga need to read, man. I'm telling you right now. Right. Get that out your head. That is hard. You can't understand it. You don't want to sit there and it's boring. You have to. You know what? I found out just from reading the Quran that you know what they believe? If you was righteous on earth, right? When it's time to die, you turn white and go to heaven. And if you wasn't, nigga, you turn black and go to hell. God, that ain't racism. You got a whole bunch of people living in hell. I guess just a bunch of people destined for hell, following after your religion. Crazy. I seen that. I was like, wait a minute, what are we doing here? This is racist.
So all the black people was in hell?
Yeah, apparently, yeah. You turn black, and that's horrible. It's just filled with Negroes.
So I guess
you got it.
They also.
Yeah.
You ever heard them say that Muhammad said he went to hell and it was more women in hell than men. There was a lot of women there.
No, I that's funny.
Yeah, he said
that's
that
funny. Too. I think I used to get wrapped up in them damn hadiths. I got the top maybe like 10 killers. That's all I need. I'm tired of that stuff. I started getting into the Arabic side of it. Yeah. Because that's one thing that they'll do. They'll say, "Do you speak Arabic? Do you speak Arabic? If you speak Arabic, tell me what this say right here, then, because I know what it say." I listen to an Arab defector, like a Islamic defector. You know, he's a Christian now, and so yeah, he gonna go on all them books and read what y'all been hiding this whole time, because he finally read it. Then he's like, "Well, this is paganism. Let me do what everybody else do. Jump on over here to Christianity. They accept everybody." That's what he does now. All his videos, it's an Arab dude, and all his videos is about Arab people. Oh man, that's horrible. I know his people like, ugh. I went on there and started smashing them up in the live, right? And they was like, your mom. They said your mom is or something. Yeah. I'll be killing them, man. I be tearing them up. I say things that you can't get around. You just come in there and just start bashing you or nothing. I'll ask you a question. How come you don't come at Amalek? I don't need to say their names. I said their name. Why don't you come at Amalek with this much fervor that you come at the Arabs with? You coming at them for all the paganism that's written in their books. What about them? What about Amalek and all the paganism in that Kabbalah and that Zohar and the Talmud? How come you don't come at them with that much fervor? That's crazy. You see what I'm saying? It's just like how Vocab Malone and them are always try to come and question us about our validity of being an Israelite, but you never come to these people. We never see you going at these people, attacking these people, making cartoons about these people, writing books about these people, or doing nothing like that. But however, you do have a book out about the Israelites. You do have a cartoon, about with our faces in it. You know what I mean? And skits and all that kind of stuff. What's going on here? Read on.
Verse 5, be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel.
Yeah.
Oh, Salakia, we already read that part. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved God to wrath. Ye were delivered unto the enemies.
Because we did what? What did we do?
We moved God to wrath.
We moved the Lord to wrath. So if we was able to move the Lord to wrath, can we move him to do otherwise? Yes, we can. Somebody said, peace, where can I find the right book list? Is that book list, have y'all been on the, when the last time any one of y'all been on that, the website? It's been a while for me. I ain't been on the website. I had got that book list. I think I got that book list maybe like 8-9 Passovers ago, man, about 9 years ago. And we see them. And we've been building. So I'm not exactly sure. Try to go on the website and see if it's still on the website, or you could, if you don't see it necessarily on the website, another trick that you may be able to do, because I was able to find a Lashawan Kodash this way, just go to Google and type in ISUBK book list. It might actually pop up that way. It says we moved the Lord to wrath. Read on.
Ye were delivered unto the enemies.
We were delivered to who?
The enemies.
Your buddies.
The enemies.
Your pals.
The enemies.
Your friends.
Enemies.
Ooh-wee, I just love you so much. Ain't I your brother?
Enemies.
Yes, that's who we were delivered to, Quahal. Why isn't this being taught in the church? Why are we being taught that these people aren't, like they aren't our enemies?
Right.
That's crazy. Somehow, and literally the Christian church has single-handedly taught us the opposite of this right here. So we don't even see them as the enemy no more. So we don't even understand when we don't even understand that we still at war. The crack cocaine still in the black neighborhood, isn't it? Don't they have a war on drugs? War on drugs was what? The war on black people? I read that the other day. Is the crackhead still here? Yeah. Crack still in the neighborhood? Yeah. We still at war. Are they? Has the 13th Amendment and all that kind of stuff been repealed? No. Have they included you in the Constitution? No. This is your enemy. And Donald Trump took and put the Constitution in the Bible. I said, you know what? I need to get one of those. You know why I need to get one of those? To be able to show a Christian with one book how, let's show them two constitutions. The Negro Constitution and then theirs that they inserted in the book, right? So I can show them. When it says all men were created equal, was this talking to me, Negro? Was this talking to you? No. When they wrote that, they was talking to other white men. Let me show you this one. when it says all men, was they talking about the people that wrote that Constitution? No. How can't you get that concept when it comes to, the Constitution of America, but we can't apply that same logic with this when it says all men? Come on. I need to get one. He probably got it for like $400. You got them gold sneaks back there, Thashio? You ain't get done yet? It's like it. Read on.
Khan. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils.
By doing what?
Sacrificing unto devils.
Look, man, I had a brother come. I think this was maybe like my second Passover. I was still coming up from Florida. And we had a brother come into the school. And the brother was cool, man. Brother was cool. He brought his family around. It was his wife, and I believe she was either pregnant or they had a small child. Brother was cool. Came up to the Passover. This brother said that he was studying the Kabbalah. He was into Kabbalism. And ultimately, he came a few times, and then the last time we talked to him, he said he would just want to keep studying that. What did that scripture just say again?
For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils.
That's what we doing when we all of them rituals. And I got a video of this dude, right? And he's saying that when 9/11 happened, who did they go and get? That was Osama, or what war was the Iraqi dude? Yeah, Saddam. What war was that when they went to go get him? Desert Storm.
I think all of it was wrapped in one, sir.
That's all the same stuff. They had got they was just picking off all the
20 years, sir.
Woo. The rabbi is saying when 9/11 happened or something like that. Saddam Hussein is after 9/11, right? They didn't go get him before 9/11. Let me make sure I get my facts straight. It's afterwards. Okay, so he said. He said that there was 8 or 10 rabbis, and the 8 or 10 rabbis had came. This is a Jewish guy telling the story, so He said when the rabbis came, right, they wanted to do a ritual. He said they had their black candles. He said this is what he said. He said they had their black candles and something else, oil or something like that. And then he said that it was another guy there that was trying to film it. And they were saying, hey, nah, you got to move. You can't be here. The rabbis is trying to do something. And the guy said, well, this is a public area. I can be here. And they said that the rabbis was chanting or doing whatever they was doing. The guy's camera blew up. Just what they said. The guy's camera blew up. They had to call the ambulance. And then they had to call the ambulance. The rabbis finished their ritual, and they said the rest is history. Like what happened to Osama bin Laden. I'm like, that didn't happen, or Saddam Hussein. That didn't happen because they did that ritual. That didn't happen because that happened because the American government went in there, and did the dirty work for other people. You got to read on.
Khan. Sacrificing unto devils and not to God.
Right, not sacrificing to the Lord. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. All right, go ahead. Read 8.
Khan. Ye have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem, that nursed you. Verse 9. For when she saw the wrath of God coming upon you.
You could drop that. Give me go up to 24.
Baruch 4 and 24. Like as now, the neighbor of Sion have seen your captivity.
Everybody has seen our captivity. Everybody. Like literally, there's not a person on earth that hasn't seen the captivity of Zion. Right? Read on.
So shall they see shortly your salvation.
And what are they going to see?
Your salvation.
And how long is it going to be?
Shortly.
Shortly they will see your salvation. Same way they see us, man. Everybody, you know, they just count us out. You know, we're an astonishment to other people. Like, look at these people, man. They all big and strong, but they weak. We're an astonishment. We go for anything. You could tell us anything. You could tell us the sky is green. We'll be like, you know what? It is starting to look a little greenish to me. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Literally. Would they say, don't pee on my head and telling me it's raining?
Right.
Man, they could be like, man, it's raining. Like, nah, that's pee, man. That's pee. Shortly. It says shortly we're going to see they're going to see our salvation. Shortly they will see our salvation. Read on.
So shall they see shortly your salvation from our God.
From who? From
our God.
Again, possessive, right? Read on.
Which shall come upon you with great glory.
Not the Shekinah glory, but great glory. Go ahead.
And brightness of the everlasting.
Read on.
My children, suffering patiently.
Hold on. It didn't say suffering patiently. It says suffer patiently.
Salaki.
Yeah. Suffer patiently.
My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from God. Right.
What are you supposed to be doing right now? Learning. Everybody be like, oh man, God, y'all God is crazy. Y'all sky daddy, y'all sky daddy, he killing babies, and you know how they be talking. Y'all know how the conscious community be talking about the Bible, man. Because they can't understand that we got ourselves into this position. So in order to get ourselves out of this position, we have to suffer the punishment. Your parents just don't pull you out of punishment. You get that punishment for 5 days or whatever it is. That's what it is. Right? Unless they have some mercy on you. Well, we have a punishment that we fulfilling. And it says, suffer patiently.
The wrath that has come upon you from God.
From the Lord. Right? The situations that we see ourselves in today is not from nobody else. Right? Other than the Lord. Read on.
For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction.
Hey, the people that persecuted us is called what?
Enemies.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
And shall tread upon his neck.
And they shall, and we, hold on, Salaki. I got confused, because ain't that a saying? Don't tread on me?
Right.
What the Lord said we gonna be doing?
Tread upon his neck.
Yeah. Now our feet gonna be on your neck.
Right.
You gonna be hollering about mama. Mama, I can't breathe. Yeah, that was horrible. The brother started calling for moms, man. That was horrible. Brother started calling for moms, man. You start calling for moms. That's a bad situation. For a grown man to call for a mom that's not there. Any more on that? What else we got? Next, my delicate ones have gone rough ways. Yeah, keep going.
Verse 26. My delicate ones have gone rough ways.
Yeah, we're delicate to the Lord, man. Understand that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian people are precious. We are precious because the Lord chose us to be precious. No other reason. Right? And because that, because of our chosenness, we have royalty running through our veins. You know how if you teach that to a kid, you know how we can elevate the level of thinking that our kids have instead of our kids believing that they're the ugly doll and this one's the cute doll. Right. This was the bad doll and this was the good. Y'all remember that study, right? Y'all remember that study? That study was horrible. I guarantee you, if they do that study, I don't know if it was from the 60s or 70s, or probably was the 80s or something, but guarantee you do it now, the same kids would be like, this the black doll, this the white doll. Which one is ugly? Which one is stupid? Yeah, that's how I be. That's rough. That's bad. That's horrible, and it's sad to see. Because nobody has more potential. Nobody can do the things that we have done. You know how many great things we have done, and it's been suppressed. Like that knowledge will never even get to you. How many great things that we've done, but the oppressor stole the idea, stole the invention, stole something. Right? Read on.
Khan out of one Khan.
And then I'm getting into my article.
And were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies.
And we was taken away as a flock caught. Say that again.
A flock caught of the enemies.
Flock caught of the enemies. Read on. That was it on that?
Khan, sir.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna read this last one, right? Verse 27, Baruch 4:27. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto God. That's what we have to do. You know, the same way you don't just cry to the Lord. I believe chapter 3 starts off like that. You don't just cry to the Lord when you broke. You don't cry to the Lord when, they tell you got stage 4 cancer. You see what I'm saying? Do that before then. Do it before then. So then, all of them hardships and stuff can be prevented. Lord allow. Cry unto the Lord, for you shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. So as easy as it was for us to stray away, Kohal, we gotta fight 10 times harder to get back into the fold. Man, this chick's hard. Gotta fight 10 times harder to get back in the fold. That's what it's talking about this year. All right. Now, who from Philly? Oh man, this is what they was doing to us up in Philadelphia, man. Hey, I got an article. Mataziala, you got that article? No, sir. All right, the title of the article is #White History Month. That's the title. That's literally the title. I'm not playing with y'all. And this article was Commander General Yohana brought this out, like I said, about 8 years ago, something like that. So it says #White History Month. Leather from human skin in 1880's Philadelphia. I'll read the first part and I'll let y'all brothers start the actual article, right? It says March 17th, 2014 by Kathleen Bomani. It says time and again, somehow narratives of slavery miraculously seem to always absolve the northern states of the United States. So when they talk about slavery, they only talk about southern states. Well, we know that slavery was in the northern states as well. Right. We know that it was bad up here in the north as well. If they caught you up here, they could catch you, tie you down, lock you up, and then still take you back into slavery. But what she's saying is the slave narratives always depict the South as bad, and it tries to absolve the North. It says, having recently watched 12 Years a Slave, so this is an old article, which I did not find violent at all. I was a bit irritated at how people imagine, even fantasize, what life in the North was like for Negroes. Wasn't it just so crazy in the South? That and how often my friend from Yazoo City, Mississippi grinds her teeth every time she reveals where she is from and is greeted with a "how bad is it there?" from a benign northerner. Wall Street has roots in slavery. Prestigious universities have roots in slavery. Heck, America was built on the backs of African slaves. Here is a hashtag I couldn't make it up article involving one of the leading medical schools at the time and the birthplace of America, my northern city of Philadelphia. So this sister, hold on, let me not say that. I did not look that name up. I just seen the Bomani. I thought, let me not say it's a sister. You go on there, it be a straight Edomite. The birthplace of America, my northern city of Philadelphia. Because let me not get ahead of myself. White people do live in Philly too. It ain't just y'all. Yes. I'm like, well, it's gotta be. All right, leather from human skin. Philadelphia news is from the Mercury. Saturday morning, March 17th, 1888. You got it? Who gonna read it? Oh, you got it up on the screen? All right, I'll let the brother read it. Here we go. We'll just start here, and we'll just keep rocking. Y'all get y'all screenshots, man.
All right. Continuing the article, White History Month. I remember that 2 or 3 years ago, I incidentally referred to a prominent physician of this city wearing shoes made from the skin of Negroes.
From the what?
From the skin of Negroes.
Now, there's always somebody on earth that's going to tell you that their persecution somehow trumps yours.
Right.
And they'll say that, all these horrible things happen to them that can't be proven. But here we show and prove everything that we do and say, and yet still we're the hate group. We're the terrorists, right? We're wrong for saying the things that we're saying. We're wrong for bringing this stuff out. Do you know that you can't even show pictures of blackface no more? Why you can't show pictures of why can't I show pictures of blackface? Right? You're trying to stop me from talking about it now. Now that's not why. Because I was showing one of the first few peoples that was dressed up in blackface was a little hat. And then so when you start talking about that kind of stuff, get shut down and then you can't do it no more. Now you can't if you show pictures of blackface, they'll shut that post down. And I was showing a video. It was of these little hats, right? And they was celebrating Halloween, and the child was dressed up in a Bob Marley outfit, like a dashiki, had a dashiki on, the hat with the dreads and face painted black. And so the girl is like, look at this. And do you know that family looked and smiled, was laughing, literally laughing, like, even with the hat, you could tell they was little hats. You could literally tell who they were. And they were celebrating Halloween for one and mocking the children of the Lord for two. You got that? He was wearing, what kind of shoes was he wearing?
Wearing shoes made from the skin of Negroes.
Right. So this guy, he runs into a physician. And he runs into the physician, and this physician has shoes on, but the shoes are made from Negro skin. Right? Go ahead.
He still adhered to that custom.
Yeah, you can read everything, not just the highlighted part.
Right.
And he did what? He still
adhered to that custom.
Right. So we don't know how long this dude been rocking shoes made out of Negroes. I mean, we hear of somebody rocking shoes made out of a gator, or well, give me some more.
Ostrich.
Yeah, ostrich.
Ostrich.
snake skin or something like that. But a Negro, come on. Who would have even thought? Who would have the mind to make a shoe out of a Negro? Right? Read on.
Insisting that the tan hide of an African makes the most enduring and the most pliable leather known to man.
That's crazy. Durable and pliable. Maybe because it's human skin. That's crazy. And, you know, this kind of stuff right here should never be forgotten about. Is there, get me right, Matanzi, y'all. Let's scripture in there that say never forget. Get me right on, never forget the enemy or something like that. Y'all know what I want. Y'all remember that meme? It's like when the brother say, you know what I want. You over there, you don't know what he want. You sweating, boy. You sweating trying to figure out what he wanted that damn Bible. I thought that was a funny meme. I thought that was funny. Like, you know what I want. Get that one. You know what I want. Like, no, I don't know what you want.
Is it to never trust your enemy? Or you want
maybe it's not never. No, that seems like a slogan from I got stuck in my head or something.
But Salakia, there was one scripture that I cannot call to mind.
But we still can go to never forget. What's Amos 87?
Says the Lord has sworn by the excellency of Jacob. Surely I will never forget any of their work.
Most High in Christ. Well, but of course, he was talking about the works of Jacob. I was trying to, apply it to Esau, but either way, go ahead. No, you can keep reading the article. I'll pull those other scriptures in a second. I want people to hear this. Could you read that last part again?
Khan. He still adhered to that custom, insisting that the tan hide of an African makes the most enduring and the most pliable leather known to man.
Right. This is history, right? This is real. Look, this is what the pastor should be doing. When you go in that church, it shouldn't be sit down and have a spiritual orgasm. No. It should be, goddamn, he pull out the PowerPoint like Thashiam do, pull out the books like we do, and teach you something. Actually teach you something. That's what that damn big screen up there is for. Not just to watch the girls up front twerking or something when they start playing songs. Go ahead.
Khan. Only last week I met him upon the street with a brand new pair of shoes.
And when he met him this last week, he had a brand new pair. First, he didn't even know how long he'd been, adhering to this custom. But he sees him with a brand new pair. Go ahead.
I looked at his foot, Salaki. I looked at his footwear, as I always do. His pedal coverings have an irresistible fascination for me. And said with a smile, it's the downtrodden Africans still beneath your feet.
Woo! That's hold on. So hold on. Say that part one more. That was what he was saying to my man with the shoes, right? Read that part one more time.
Is the downtrodden and said with a smile, "It's the downtrodden Africans still beneath your feet."
Woo! That's hold on. So hold on. Say that part one more. That was what he was saying to my man with the shoes, right? Read that part one more time.
Is the downtrodden African still beneath your feet?
Damn. Keep going.
In the most matter-of-fact way, and without the shadow of a smile, he answered, "I suppose you mean to inquire if I still wear shoes made of skin of a Negro."
What? Yo, Esau is very pumped, very prideful. Just don't give a damn. Like, how could you just even have that kind of conversation with an ordinary person? You couldn't have that conversation. If I said, "Yeah, I'm rocking the shoes of Joe Biden or some Edomite or something," they'd be like, "What? You coming to get me?"
Right.
Read on.
"I certainly do. And I don't propose."
He said, I do what?
"I certainly do."
I certainly do. In a matter-of-fact way. So I certainly do. Like, I certainly do, yeah, and
"And I don't suppose, Salaki, and I don't propose changing in that respect."
You see what I mean? Yeah, I got them on, and what? I don't plan on changing. Go ahead. These is comfortable.
"Until I find a leather that is softer and will last longer and present a better appearance."
And that's how Esau thinks. That is very crazy to say. Well, I'm gonna keep on rocking shoes made by people. How the hell are you getting this leather? What's going on here?
This is after slavery.
Right? When was emancipation?
1865.
So this is a good 20 years, maybe.
Yeah,
so
like
later.
23 years later.
Yeah, 20-something years later.
Yeah, like where's he getting the skin from?
It was just, like Negroes just laying around. You just come, just cut some skin. What is you doing? What are you talking about? You got to do a lot to do that. Oh, you know what? They were doing them. Another thing, Commander General Yohana brought out how they was doing experiments on us in them schools, in them universities. They was doing experiments on us. They got us up on the thing as the cadaver for the medical students. And so, you know how you're up there for them to learn. You know what I mean? So they got you there. You checking out the heart, meninge, you checking out different stuff and all that. Well, afterwards, they making book covers out your behind. They making what they say, lighter covers, book covers, shoes. And if I'm not mistaken, at the end of that, they say it was something on the shoes that was made from the hair of the Negro. The curly house. I said, Lord have mercy. We seen the chairs, right? We seen the chairs that they was making with, you open up the chair and it's filled with hair. Ooh-wee. Just hair, just literally one big afro in there.
I was going to say, if I may, sir. And also, you did a class, I believe it was you that did a class before about Henrietta Lacks, how they was taking John Hopkins University was taking her cells.
Oh, no. Was that? That was me?
I believe you did the class, sir. Yeah.
Oh,
and Oprah did a movie about that, too.
Man.
Her name was Henrietta Lacks. Yeah, and they reproduce their cells, and it helped with
like that stem cell research. You know what? I've heard
they were taking.
I don't remember, but
they were taking people off the street, and they found
Most High Christ.
I can read.
Yeah, you can.
In 1951, Henrietta Lacks, a black mother of 5 who was dying of cervical cancer, went to Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore for treatment. Without her knowledge or consent, doctors removed a sample of cells from the tumor in her cervix. And that sample went on to
and they
break through with their medical science, right?
Same way the dude, same way the one dude they called the father of gynecology, he was all up doing all that surgery with no anesthesia. They said the woman was screaming it was 2 other doctors in the room with him that had to leave because they couldn't take the screaming. And we revere him as the father of gynecology, the father of OBGYN. Go ahead.
I certainly do. And I don't propose changing in that respect until I find a leather that is softer and will last longer and present a better appearance.
And a better appearance. Wow. Read on.
I have no sentiment about this matter.
I have no what?
Sentiment about this
matter.
Right,
I don't even care. Right? Go ahead.
Where I, a Southerner in the American sense of the word, I might be accused of being actuated by a race prejudice. But I am a foreigner by birth, although now an American citizen by naturalization. I fought in the rebellion that the blacks might be freed. I would use a white man's skin for the same purpose if it were sufficiently thick.
Hey, Esau beast. Esau, look. When I tell you you don't know what you're dealing with, you don't know what you're dealing with. Hey, I'm on Rumble all day long. Hey, I'm on Rumble all day long. And Odyssey. If y'all, of course, we need to start checking into that too. Those are 2 platforms that you can go live on, that you can put videos on, and you can pretty much say what you want to, and the videos won't get taken down. But I see things, and I'm able to learn and do my research, and like people wouldn't even believe the half. When I have to bring this stuff back out so people understand, like, I'm not crazy when I be walking up in the room and when I be talking about certain stuff, I'm like, man, I'm not crazy. Everybody looking at me like I'm not crazy. Like this is real. This is crazy stuff. I know I only be focused on certain people, but that's me. Let me be. Go ahead. Somebody got to do it, right? Captain Tazariak, he didn't win in that conscious community and smashed up everything. You know what I mean? Well, this is what I do.
I don't want to come.
You got it.
And if anyone has a desire to wear my epidermis upon his feet after I've drawn my last breath, he has my ante-mortem permission.
This is crazy. Yeah, like, go ahead. Wear me. Yeah, like, no. That's crazy.
Lucky if I could.
Of course.
Black people, we get so upset outside of the truth when they see, one of their white angels kissing the boots of ISUPK, but they wore us as shoes. But they'll lose their mind because they don't understand, like you said, how much of an animal, how much of a beast this oppressor is.
Yeah, and for the life of me, Negro, you worrying about the oppressor kissing our boots. Like, yeah, they can retaliate against you, and they can do this, and they can get mad, and they could just start to do this to people. Man, you a gang member. Right. Shut up. You're a gang member. You do worse to Black people for less.
Right. And if I could, that's a heavy point, because also, with that being said about them retaliating this, that, and the fourth, Dylan Roof didn't care about no boot kisses. They just hate us. And if they want to move against us and we're caught lacking, they're going to do it.
Yeah. Look, when they have a problem with America, is the problem really with you? No, the problem ain't with you. The problem was with their government. The problem was with their government sending all the money to Ukraine or sending all the money to Israel and these militia groups, these people that's so pro-America, right? They don't like none of this stuff. But who do they take it out on? They just seen I think I read in the news where a brother was hanging like 2 weeks ago. 2 or 3 weeks ago, our brother was hanging. Like, golly, brother was still getting hung. You got it.
Lucky. This is my last thing I'm gonna say.
Nah, man, you keep going.
Most high Christ. I notice on what you're saying is exactly true, because I notice on social media when the oppressor refers to us, they'll use what they're mad at and even give us those titles that like they'll call all of black people Biden supporters. Like they'll see like random black people that they have no idea what they support, and they'll call us Biden supporters or KFC people.
What's KFC?
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
That's
like they are disrespectful.
It literally is just KFC. Like I'm thinking like it stands for something else. It really is just like that literal KFC. That's funny.
Online calling us everything they hate.
Yes. Well, that's why we get to come in here and say what we say. Right. You can keep going.
Kind out of one kind. The doctor's shoes always exhibit a peculiarly rich lustrousness in their blackness.
It's only right to say lustrous and black in the same sentence, right? What the fuck? Go ahead, you got it. So like it, y'all.
He assures me that they never hurt his feet. Mm-hmm. The new pair he was using when I last saw him emitted no creaking sound and appeared as comfortable as though they had been worn a month.
Right.
Their predecessors, he told me, had been in constant use for 8 months.
Right. So the ones that he had before the ones that he have now, he wore for 8 months straight. Right. Go ahead.
He obtains the skins from the bodies of Negroes, which have been dissected in one of our big medical colleges.
You know, I forgot that part was on there. I just happened to just that's how they get it. Through the, I may not be the smartest person in the world, Chris, but I would think that's unethical. I would think that's unlawful as well. Right? Unethical and unlawful. Read on.
The best leather is obtained from their thighs. The soles are formed by placing several layers of leather together.
This is horrible.
The skin is prepared by a tanner at Wilmsford, 16 miles from Reading. Or Reading.
No, it's Reading.
Reading?
Yeah, it's Reading. Yeah, for sure. Reading. And Reading's still here. It's still a city that's still rocking. Y'all remember what year was that, Garcia? You remember that year? Was that the year that you got your name? What year y'all got that cow? That wasn't your first year. That was like your second year or something, like third year or something like that, right? 2020. Was that the same day that brothers had the lamb hides out there? They had like some lamb hides, and I remember brothers had like some lamb hides, and then you had got the one John. You had got the cow that year. He goes, ooh wee. I got a chance to watch that, but ooh wee. And just imagine black people's skin hanging up like that. The way them brothers had that skin hanging up there on that damn wood, up there on the fence. It's crazy. Read on. And it took a lot of layers. He said the best skin comes from the thigh. And how it's made. He said the sole, the heel is made from multiple layers.
The soles are formed by placing several layers of leather together.
Right, go ahead. But it ain't even like, the conventional sole is like a hard piece that they either glue on. Yeah, it's not nailed, it's glued on or something like that. They don't even use that. They just use multiple layers of skin to make a heel. Go ahead.
The shoes are fashioned by a French shoemaker of this city.
Right, so never think that these people aren't Confederate against you, right? This guy, this French shoemaker knew what kind of skin he was dealing with.
He didn't.
Oh, he said it. It said he didn't know
Afterwards.
Oh, so like, read that part. Read the full thing.
The shoes are fashioned by a French shoemaker of this city.
Yeah.
Who knows nothing of the true character of the leather.
Damn. So I mean. And this is the question I would pose. If I brought Negro leather to you and snake leather or ostrich leather, or what's the other one that people like to wear? Snake, alligator. You can't tell the difference? What? That's crazy. I guess after you tan it, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Salakia. Sister Light.
But who often wonders at its exquisite smoothness.
Okay, so at least at best, the French guy wonders. Like, wait a minute, it's pretty smooth. Where'd you get this from? I don't know. Keep making it. Keep making the shoes.
And says that it excels the finest French calf skin.
Right, like he understands. Like, what this excels the finest French leathers or calf skins, from my native homeland. Right. But you have this here.
Salaki, if I could. There's two things about the article. Like, even though they're giving information about it, there's two things that I don't actually believe is completely true.
Yes.
Number one,
let's get it.
The fact that it's coming from only dissected people who were donated.
Mm-hmm.
They were hanging a lot of brothers back then.
Of course.
And sisters. So I can only imagine how many of them were given to this doctor for that.
Right.
And also,
of course, we we would be foolish to think they're telling us the whole truth. Right. Go ahead.
And then, just like you said, the shoemaker, it's like you're saying it excels the
finest,
absolute finest thing. Like, there's no way you didn't know. The situation is probably the shoemaker. It was told, and he's like, well, just. Or
maybe
say, I don't know.
Or maybe either that, right? I'm a hypothesize that he may know what it is. He may have had a notion of what it is and just not, not saying anything. Mm-hmm. Because okay, this one dude pops up with the finest leather you've ever seen. Right. No, you got this store here and nobody else is coming up in here with this. It's crazy, and this is in Philadelphia. I've been to. I think we slaughtered a lamb up there a few times, but I don't remember it being around Reading. Go ahead.
Do not for a moment think that this doctor presents an exceptional case of one who puts the human skin to a practical use. Mm-hmm. Medical students frequently display a great variety of articles in which the skin or bones of some dissected mortal has been gruesomely utilized.
Right. So don't think that he's the only one that would utilize this. There's students, college students, that's utilizing bones and skins of these cadavers. Go ahead. Or of these black men.
And in bursts of generosity, they sometimes present these to their friends.
Wow.
Who prize them highly.
Right. So that's like, okay, I give you a finger. Or maybe it might not be the whole finger. It might be the bone from in the finger. They said the bone, right? Earlier above that, they had said the bone, and like they'll take like little trinkets and stuff off of the body. Make things and give it to their friends.
Like a momentum.
There, that's crazy, right? You can keep going. You ain't got to go back.
One of the dudest dudes in town carries a match safe.
Did it say dudest dudes?
It says dudest dudes. They were saying that back in the 1800s.
You the dudest dude I've ever met. Is that like man's man or manly man?
I guess I gotta look that up.
Dude is dude. That's funny. Or typo. Mm-hmm.
One of the dudest dudes in town carries a match safe covered with a portion of the skin of a beautiful young woman who was found drowned in the Delaware River.
Didn't you just say that everything wasn't every body wasn't from
like a medical?
Yeah, like a medical setting in the college. You see right here. What he had? He had one of these right here.
A match safe. I don't know what a match safe is. That must be like, is that maybe a box? Like a match box?
I guess I would say a matchbox, right? Keep it safe, yeah. Yeah.
They saying all types of stuff.
They're just using a different term.
Dudes, match safes.
They're using a different term, but I believe this would be a match safe, right? And just imagine this being made out of some girl.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is.
Okay, and it didn't say the age, right? It just said a young girl, or just.
It just says the skin of a beautiful young woman.
Okay, go ahead.
Who was drowned in the Delaware River.
Mm-hmm.
Found drowned in the Delaware River. It still retains its natural color.
Hey, and instead of somebody calling the police and saying, look, this is the drown, you take her out of the water and start cutting her up to make stuff out of her. That's hard. That's Dr. Jekyll right there. It's literally an animal, right? Go ahead.
Another young man with whom I am acquainted carries a cigar case made of Negro skin, a ghastly skull and crossbones appearing on one side in relief.
What's on it?
Like a skull and bones.
Yeah, there's a secret society called Skull and Bones. Y'all presidents come out of the Skull and Bones. Who is it? George Bush.
Mm.
George Bush. Remember that dude Kerry that was running against him? He came out the Skull and Bones. They would try to ask him about the Skull and Bones. They was like, it's a secret. George Bush had them little secret.
Yo, that is hilarious.
It's funny. I was sitting there like, these people crazy, man. They'll just take anything and just worship anything. Go ahead.
One of the best known surgeons in this country who resides in this city has a beautiful instrument case.
Well, you know how big an instrument case is? Even for like I had a tuba, so forget about it. You know what I mean? I played the tuba. They sucker me into the tuba. Imagine if that's the instrument he was playing. Even the flute case is still kind of broad. You know, okay, it's not that big, but it's still a decent size, right? He had the most prestigious, or one of the most prestigious doctors in the nation, in all of America, who lived in Philadelphia, had what?
Has a beautiful instrument case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what I wish these articles did? I wish they would name names. Right. A lot of times people always want to say, well, I'm going to expose this. Name the names now. Like, just say it now. Let's just get it over with. Let's start looking into these people and stuff. Right? Go ahead.
Has a beautiful instrument case, entirely covered with leather made from an African skin. A young society lady of this city wears a beautiful pair of dark slippers. Now, if somebody don't see how many people he's naming in this city, you're starting to see how many people he know that has some type of something that's made out of a Negro. Right. That's disturbing. It's very disturbing. Because we have this misconception that somehow the North is like a safe place to be, and we running up out, and you see how it says they will pursue you. You running from out the South. I mean, you running from out the South before all of the trees got knocked down and they made some damn roads. I mean, you running through the forest. You see what I'm saying? And you running up here, you about to lost your shoe. I lost a shoe before running. And I kept going too. But I wasn't going to keep going like too much longer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't got no shoes on. I'm from up north. You know, I've never really played without shoes on before. My feet hurt. Imagine getting all the way up here, getting through all that, getting up here, blisters and everything. And then somebody wearing you. You know, at some point, you know, something happened to you, whether it's from them or something naturally, and then somebody's wearing you. It's crazy. Read on. A young society lady of this city wears a beautiful pair of dark slippers. The remarkable lustrousness of whose leather is invariable excites the admiration of her friends when they see them. Right. And so not only, okay, you have people who's actually wearing the skin on their selves, but then you have their friends that know about it. It's not just like this small society of people that's doing it. It's like everybody knows about this. Everybody's in on this, right? Right. If you know that your friend could possibly be
unaliving people and wearing their skin like Jeffrey Dahmer or something. You know what I mean? You wouldn't call the police. I would think that you should call the police, right? Read on.
The young doctor who presented them, Salakia, the young doctor who presented them to her recently returned from an extended foreign tour, and he told her that he had purchased them from Turk in Alexandria.
You got it.
Now, you know how we always hear that people they put stuff in movies that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, I just started rewatching or started catching up rather on The Walking Dead, and it's ridiculous because they're wearing there's these people and they're wearing the skin of the zombies that kind of like fit in.
That's funny.
And one of the places that's in these episodes is Alexandria. But
wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
It's a coincidence, maybe,
right.
But that's crazy.
I think you was just watching one of them series or something. Was you watching The Walking Dead?
Right.
That's crazy.
I ain't ruining nothing.
Hey, that.
Right.
No, I think he finished that.
Okay, yeah, I'm only on season 9.
Oh, okay. So that he can't tell you that he can't talk about it.
Right. Turk in Alexandria, and that he did not know what sort of leather they were made of.
Oh, if I could, showing the Confederacy, right? That they're Confederate against you. Not only is it Caucasian men here in America that's wearing these shoes and stuff like that, he got some from a Turk over in somewhere else. See what I'm saying? They call the Turks the like Khazar, like the Khazars was like a Turkish tribe or something like that.
Right.
But yeah, you getting Negro skin from way over there somewhere.
Good night.
You got
it. Did not know what sort of leather they were made of, but he supposed it was the skin of some wild animal.
Damn.
As a matter, Salakia, sir.
No, you got it.
As a matter of fact, the skin came from a Negro cadaver, which was once prone on a Jefferson College dissecting table.
Right, and where's Jefferson College? That's here. Somebody know where Jefferson? Probably. I don't know. You know, they talking about the Turk dude. So he got that skin way over there from a cadaver that was from Philly. That's Yum did his undergrad there. They had cadavers. They had cadavers in there. Oh, okay, so Thomas. So the Turkish dude had got the skin from a cadaver from Pennsylvania. Wow, ain't that something?
There's a Jefferson College also, but I can't see where it is. I don't know if this is just.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
So only a little bit more left on.
Okay.
Which was once prone on a Jefferson College dissecting table.
Y'all know what prone's a position, right? Position.
And the leather was prepared in Wilmsford. Now
that Wilmsford, the way they spelled that didn't look like it was here, right?
Yes, it's like Wilms.
Yeah, it looks like it's Polish or German or something like that, like a German city. No, you ain't got to look it up. You good? You good?
I'm just trying to see.
Unless you for your own personal, you want to visit Wilmsburg.
Okay. I just had to see what this one thing.
Okay.
The rosettes on the slippers were deftly fashioned from the Negroes' kinky hair.
Wow. Even the not even sure what a rosette is. Now you can look that part up. Could you look that up for me? You got it.
Jefferson College on my phone it says Thomas Jefferson University.
Yeah. The water.
A rosette is a rose-shaped decoration typically made of ribbon and awarded to winners of a competition, a design, arrangement, or
Wow.
resembling a rose.
So it's type of ribbon, rose looking thing, right? Made out of Negro hair. Go ahead.
And that was it.
That's it?
Yeah,
all right, give me Ecclesiasticus 6 and 13. You could put it on the full screen if I could. The water. Now, with everything that we just read, of us, even before we read that article, right? Kohal, you was reading in Baruch where it said that we were sold to our enemies, right? Repeating the same thing that Deuteronomy 28 and 68 says, right? The river has the Bible has a flow to it. It's a river. It's same thing. This one brother said, he's saying the same thing everybody else done said, right? And so we understand that we understand. I'm about to, boy, you was about that. You know, I'm ready. All right. I forgot about it. Lost my train of thought. No, but yeah, I heard, oh, you know what I heard? Ding, ding, ding. He was like, what? Like, ding, ding, ding. What's happening? Oh, okay. All right. We good. All right. Just, you can, Ecclesiasticus 6 and 13.
And there's a question.
What was that? How much longer do we have to wait? We got it. The scripture says that we must suffer patiently. You know how long you got to do it? Patiently until Christ comes. Right?
Now 6 and 13.
Yeah, Ecclesiasticus 6 and 13.
The book of Ecclesiastes.
Right. Hopefully, whoever that is had a Hebrew name. Can you see that? Wherever that question came from?
It says, black salt. How much more longer do we have to suffer?
Oh. Right. We'll suffer until Christ come back. Just leave it at that. Go ahead.
Separate thyself from thine enemy.
Or you could just come in here. Right? You could just come in here, get with this brotherhood, and you can have a little slice of heaven right here on earth. Right? Go ahead.
And take heed of thy friends.
Salakia, could you read that from the top?
Mm-hmm. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, verse 13. Separate thyself from thine enemies.
Right. Separate yourself from your enemy. I want to say, unbeknownst to us, we have enemies, but knownst to us, we have enemies. Right. And even though it's a shock to, okay, you've been taught your whole life to love every stinking thing. It's a shock when, somebody tell you you don't have to. You don't have to love everything. You don't have to love everybody. That's not biblical. Right? That's not biblical for any man to just love every goddamn thing. That's crazy. We have emotions. Right? And at some point, when do we get to hating? And we're taught that we ain't allowed to hate anything. Our guys just love everything. That's crazy. But I'm allowed to hate. I don't know. Are we taught to hate anything? Brussels sprouts, maybe, roaches or something. You taught to hate certain things, but not like nothing that mean anything. Right? Yeah, no, we're not. You think it too hard. We ain't taught to hate nothing.
If I could.
Except each other.
Right. Growing up, I wasn't even allowed to say hate sometimes.
Yeah, you don't hate nothing.
Exactly.
You don't hate no. Shut your mouth. Might smack you in the mouth. Like, pop your lips or something. Because you said the word hate. Go ahead.
Separate thyself from thine enemies.
Right. Separate yourself from your enemy. Who is your enemy? Everybody who's anti-Christ.
Right.
Any and everybody who is not an Israelite is your enemy. Why? Because any and everybody who's not an Israelite had a hand in your downfall. Right. Any and everybody who is not an Israelite will beguile you. Like they'll tell us, they'll act like they love us. They'll act like they love us. They tell us they love us, but never show it. Never show it. Right. But we understand that the earth loves Palestinians. We see the love that they have for them. We see how people are willing to lay down their lives for the Palestinians. They're willing to lay down and get locked up. Ooh wee. But we don't get that, right? Let me leave them out of that. Go ahead.
And take heed of thy friends.
Take heed of who?
Of thy friends.
Where your friends at, Kohal?
They in here.
All right. Go over to 12 and 10. And we're going to end it right there.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Never trust thine enemy.
Never what?
Never trust thine enemy.
First, it's telling you to separate from them.
Right.
Right. I have to separate. Why is it wrong for me to want to separate myself from the people that's doing harm to me? Right. Is it wrong? Is it wrong for me to get together with a brother and now love, is it wrong for me to love black people? That's how they make it seem. Like the minute you start talking about love for black people, now you're this, you're that, you're hateful. That's wrong. No, it's not wrong. The scripture is telling me to separate. It's telling me my 3-step plan, right? My 3-step plan to rulership. First, you have to separate yourself from the oppressor. Right. After we separate, what do we do, Kohal?
Never trust thine enemy.
Right. Well, you never trust them. But my 3-step plan of rulership. First, right after you separate from them, then you got to gather yourself together. Right now we got to gather ourselves together, right? And now I got to be in a room with a blood. Right. Now I got to be in a room with a Crip, a GD, BD, Vice Lord, whatever the hell we out here with. I got to be in there with a family member I don't like. That's what happens when we gather ourselves together. And you know what happens when we gather ourselves together? Brother, I'm sorry. We start to forgive each other. Apologize and start to forgive each other. Now you're not my enemy, and you my brother. Another like body in this war. Look, man, that's how you do it. And yeah, that's step 3. What's that step 3? What's that 3 steps? You said forgive first, separate, gather ourselves together, forgive each other. Ooh wee, and brotherhood is a weapon. After that, hey, need I say more? Once we got the brotherhood going, that's it. That's what they don't want you to have. They don't want us to have that brotherhood. They want us to fight with each other. It's the old Willie Lynch. You tall, I'm short. You fat, I'm skinny. You light skin, I'm dark skin. We always play to those differences that we have, right? Could you read that scripture one more time from the top?
Kanadawan Khan. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 10. Mm-hmm. Never trust thine enemy.
Go ahead.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You want me to continue with 11?
Yeah, you can keep going.
Kanadawan Khan.
Well, no, you don't got to keep going. I ain't going. Yeah, you can keep going.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Right. You can drop that and go to Deuteronomy 28 and 68 real quick. Let me show you who your enemy is before I get out of here. They're like, nigga, you've been talking about enemies all night, nigga. Who are enemies? Let me show you real quick. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Real quick. That's it. And I'm out of here for real this time.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right. The Lord going to bring you into Egypt or into bondage again with ships. Right. Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Right. The same way that I just said you was going to go into Egypt. This is how you're going to go into Egypt. Right. Read on.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Mm-hmm.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Right. You're not gonna see your homeland no more. This place that I take you to, what is it? And there you shall be what?
Sold to your enemies.
There you shall be sold to your enemies. Right. Nowhere in enemies do I get friend, buddy, or pal.
Right.
Or something good, anything good. Right. All I understand is that it's an enemy. Right. And that's how we should be taught, that it's nothing more, nothing less. It literally is the enemy. Right. And why would we be begging to be equal with the enemy?
Right.
All our marches, everything we beg America for is just to be equal and just to recognize us. And you the enemy. Right. Man, get out of here. And then look, and then for black people, we got to start using a little bit of common sense and logic, right? If your vote don't matter, or let me reverse that. If your life don't matter, you literally fight for black lives to matter, right? So if your life don't matter, you literally telling me your vote matters. Why are we wasting our time at these damn polling places? Hey, man, you drive past that place, man, you see Negroes lined up for hours waiting to get in there and waste your time because they still in the elections. They got these little cars that go into the side of that electronic box. And whenever you push the button for Joe Biden, it's going for Trump. When you push the button for Trump, it's going for Joe Biden. Hey, I watched it today. I literally watched it today. I watched a little documentary, right? The dude said, "Look, these." He said, "Look, this is one of the computers that be in the polling places, right?" He said, "Let me show you something. They have this little card that can go in this, maybe like this big, you know, like a card that you can put in that has data on it." Now he put in one that was hacked. He forgot what two presidents he had, but let's just use Donald Trump and Biden. And every time somebody hit Donald Trump, literally the ticket came out and said Joe Biden. What are you wasting your time for? Negro, you wasting your time. Right. Stay away from them polling places. Politics ain't got nothing to do with you. You matter of fact, black people don't even understand politics. You ain't watching no MSNBC, you ain't watching no CNN, you ain't watching nothing. You just listening to whatever somebody told you about Joe Biden or something somebody told you or something you heard about Trump. Literally, we don't understand the voting process. We don't even understand the two-party system. I'm gonna tell you what we don't understand. Quahal, the Electoral College. Nigga, your vote don't matter because the Electoral College can come in and say, you know what? Yeah, Hillary Clinton did win the popular vote. Yeah, y'all did good. Guess what? We won Donald Trump. And with that being said, I'm going to pass the class over to Precinct Officer Mataziala. See how low I'm in the chair? This chair is no, you good. I'm my bad. That's my fault. I always do that.
ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they have to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, it was a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means tenth in Hebrew, Ma'ashara. That's 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord give you. Priest funds, free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. It's whatever amount you like to donate. We have an upcoming Holy Convocation. Mm-hmm. We have the Passover coming up next week. And just stay posted on the new location because as it was announced last night, the venue has changed. Mm-hmm. So get with your camp leader or whatever, and they will instruct you properly on what you ought to do, where you ought to go. All right. And remember, when you making this trip, on your way, before you go, clean your house with all leaven, because when we come back, we will be in a feast of unleavened bread. All right.
That's right.
And if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, men of Israel, Amajim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam, Yad Matah, Sar, which means to turn. We're going to get sisters Amajim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alatham Bashim Yahushua.
The enclave for Buick has to make a statement on the road. It will be undeniably an enclave and undeniably a Buick. Hey. Here we go. Yeah, more Space Marine 2. I didn't get to play it yesterday. I was out most of yesterday, so I'm still at the exact same spot that I was on launch. I've really enjoyed it so far, though. Yeah, I'll probably eventually get into the actual Warhammer 40k universe. I was even reading about it earlier. Like, I was looking up if I was right about the Tyranids and the Hive Mind and all that. It's so deep. So I get it now. I really get it. There's a fire universe. It's so good. Yeah, so I'm like an hour in. I'm not like super far or anything. I'm only like an hour deep. Thanks for that, Lav. Have I watched Tower of God? Not the new season, not yet. I watched season 1 though. I liked season 1, but I have no motivation to watch season 2. Have we seen the video on the conditions of NFL Brazil field? I have not. I didn't even know anything about that.